Based on actual events. Drug Wars, NBC Sunday.
Waterbed Emporium extends our New Year's Day sale. 3 more big days this weekend. It's Waterbed Emporium's total wall-to-wall clearance. At cost, below cost. On all floor models, one-of-a-kind, discontinued and slightly dinged merchandise. No payments till June. At cost, below cost, store-wide. Nothing held back. Total wall-to-wall clearance. Extended 3 more big days this weekend. Sale ends Monday, 9 p.m. at Waterbed Emporium, including our showroom in the Clackamas Promenade next to Mervin's.
We're committed to service.
That's why we give you a full hour of local news every weekday at 6 and noon.
We're committed to quality.
That's why we offer a full hour of local news every weeknight at 5.
We're committed to excellence.
That's why we're your favorite newscast every weeknight at 11. And now our commitment leads to expansion. That's the reason for News 8 Weekends. 3 hours of local news every Saturday morning at 7. Just one more reason to watch us. Work for you.
I just came up with a new sandwich, Wendy's Bacon Cheddar Cheeseburger, because I love cheese. And I wrote some slogans. What do you think of this? No? Oh, how about cheddar is better? Get it? Because it's got a quarter pound of fresh beef served hot off the grill, 3 strips of bacon, and cheddar cheese sauce, all on a toasted Kaiser bun. Here's the one I like best. Bacon and cheddar cheese is for me's. Well, I like it.
Try Wendy's new Bacon Cheddar Cheeseburger.
KGW-TV, Portland.
From all over the Northwest, when news happens, you'll see it on News 8. And now, News 8 at 11.
Good evening, everyone. Pete has the night off. There's more out tonight on yesterday's fatal hostage crisis, a stressful situation that ended in the death of a 12-year-old boy, tragically killed by Portland police. Police also killed the man who took him hostage, 20-year-old Brian French. And tonight, Portland police say French apparently wanted to die. That's based on 2 suicide notes found at his home.
In the notes, he indicated that he had been abused. He also indicated that he had planned on dying tonight.
French had broken into a Northeast Portland home early Thursday morning. He took 12-year-old Nathan Thomas hostage at knife point. After a 14-minute standoff, police shot French to death, but bullets also killed young Nathan. The 5 officers involved in the shooting have been placed on administrative leave, and a grand jury will also investigate the incident. Portland police say French has had many brushes with the law. 2 weeks ago, he was charged with assaulting a convenience store clerk.
Mentally unconfident. That's the only way I can put it. I mean, it was like night and day. He was unstable. You couldn't talk to the man at all.
French had lived in this apartment building for about a year. Few of his neighbors knew him. Tomorrow, French's father will hold a news conference. Meanwhile, the family of 12-year-old Nathan Thomas has set up 2 memorial funds. Contributions in his name can be sent to the American Cancer Society or to the Nathan Thomas Soccer Scholarship Fund. That is in care of the Oregon Community Foundation on Southwest Morrison. Despite his criminal record, the County Department of Corrections was apparently unaware of French's violent past. A county corrections official said this afternoon that Brian French's prior record did not show evidence of violent behavior. When reporters informed Robert Jackson of French's history, including a fight with a police officer, he seemed surprised.
Well, if you have that information, I suggest that you use that. We don't get that information. We do not get that kind of detailed information about offenders. We get the reports. In fact, we haven't gotten reports on the menacing. It's listed as a menacing in our files.
A parole officer tried to contact French on Friday of last week but was unable to do so. French was set to begin serving a 60-day jail term next month for failing to participate in a drug and alcohol rehab program. They admit it, they're guilty. This afternoon, 7 members of the controversial Ecclesia Athletic Commune confessed to breaking American civil rights laws. The government had accused the commune members of slavery, a highly unusual charge. Today's plea bargain, in which federal prosecutors did drop some charges, ends a long legal battle. Here's Walden Kirsch.
At issue was the treatment of young children. The Ecclesia kids, allegedly subject to beatings and neglect and harsh punishment, amounting to slavery. That was the federal charge, all within the secretive LA-based athletic commune founded by the late Eldridge Broussard. Now, 7 of Broussard's followers are admitting, for the first time in a plea bargain, that indeed they broke federal civil rights law.
It was worth all the effort because it was one of the most serious and extreme cases of child abuse ever experienced in Oregon and perhaps nationwide.
The Ecclesia case attracted widespread attention. First, there was a beating death of little Dana Broussard. Later, the state of Oregon protectively seized more than 50 of the Ecclesia children. Eldridge Broussard died last year of natural causes, awaiting charges that he was one of the children's abusers.
The subjects were held in involuntary servitude. All of the children were whipped. Many of them sustained permanent scarring.
The prison terms handed down late today will put Ecclesia spokesperson Carolyn Van Brunt behind bars for 3.5 years. Others got up to 8. In Portland tonight,
Wait, ma'am?
from the shadowy remains of the Ecclesia group, no statements, no opinions. Just a car with a pair of Ecclesia followers pulling away in a hurry. I'm Walden Kirsch, News 8.
Federal prosecutors are tremendously relieved that the case did not have to go to court. That would have meant putting little children on the stand and subjecting them to questions about some especially brutal activities. There's strong reaction tonight to a hate letter sent to Portland gang members. The letter claims to be from the Ku Klux Klan and is addressed to an Alabama radio station. It thanks gang members for what it describes as a marvelous job in killing each other for nothing. The letter goes on to thank gang members for eliminating future generations of blacks while fighting over turf owned by whites. A former gang member tells News 8 the letter makes her angry because she says it has a ring of truth.
We're killing over colors. You know, we're killing our own kind over colors. And in the letter, it says, I would like to thank you niggers for killing each other off. You guys are doing our job. You guys are fighting over our territory. And that's true, you know, because we're not on the streets. You know, it's like, well, this is my turf. Get off here, you know, and that's my turf. You stay off here. And it ain't really nobody's turf. We're fighting over nothing. And I think that it should come to an end. We all need to realize that it's stupid.
Benson High School Principal Tom Parr confirms about 20 students have received that letter one way or another. He said the school is investigating the letter's origin. In Chicago tonight, 600 people are without heat on one of the coldest nights of the year. It follows a gas explosion that set off a series of fires in the downtown area. At least 35 people were hurt and 3 are believed missing tonight. Authorities say the fires were set off by a surge in the natural gas lines in the area. The Red Cross has set up a warming center for people without heat tonight. Temperatures are expected to dip below 0. President Bush traveled to Atlanta today to pay tribute to Martin Luther King Jr. The president laid a wreath at the tomb of the slain civil rights leader. 23 years after his death, Mr. Bush says there is still too much racism and hatred in the land. But the Democratic National Chairman says Bush is a hypocrite. Ron Brown says the president was slow to sign the civil rights bill and only did so after enormous lobbying. New Jersey Governor James Florio is making lots of points tonight for his stand on the runny egg controversy. Today he defied a state law and ordered his breakfast over easy. Last year, the state legislature made it illegal for restaurants to serve runny eggs, all to combat an outbreak of food poisoning. But Florio says the law is just plain silly, and he's not going to let it ruin the way he likes to eat his eggs. Well, is it real or an example of creative writing? The governor of California is in hot water tonight for a speech that may have strayed from the truth. That's just ahead. And opening up the Kennedy files, more people join the call for action. Plus, Jaguar unveils the most expensive car in history.
This edition of News 8 is closed caption for the hearing impaired through a generous grant from Smith's Home Furnishings. Because nobody cares like Smith's. Watch and learn when families share what it takes to heal the wounds of divorce. Broken Homes, Healing Hearts. Saturday night at 7 on Channel 8.
Today's pruning saw can demolish a 3-inch thick tree limb in 8 seconds. It can annihilate a 2-inch limb in 6 seconds. A saw can chew up a 1-inch branch in 4 seconds. And it can destroy you in no time at all. If there's a power line in your tree, don't pick up a saw. Pick up the phone and call PG&E.
You had to get the car with air conditioning, with cruise control and an AM/FM cassette stereo. The car recently named one of the world's best overall car values. Well, now the monthly payment is due, and it's just $149 a month. Get a Nissan Sentra XE with a value option package now. for just $149 a month. See your nearest Nissan dealer.
Thriftway's weekly specials save you money all year long. For fresh salads or maybe tacos, crisp iceberg lettuce is just 29 cents a pound. MD bath tissue is on sale too. Your first 2 6-roll packs are just $1.19 each. And don't miss our winter coupon book. It's filled with page after page of money-saving coupons.
At Thriftway, you always get our best.
It was one of America's darkest days, the assassination of JFK. And tonight, there is a new call to reopen secret records in the case. Andrea Mitchell has the story.
The committee reported 13 years ago that organized crime probably conspired to kill the president. It agreed with the Warren Commission that Lee Harvey Oswald fired the fatal shots. But in a last-minute finding based on new acoustical evidence said a second gunman fired at the motorcade from the grassy knoll and missed.
He's been shot. He's been shot.
Committee investigators also linked Oswald assassin Jack Ruby to the mob. After releasing its reports, the committee locked up its backup records, 848 boxes, for 50 years, claiming it needed to protect personnel files and intelligence sources. But on the Today program, the former chairman said as much as possible should now be released.
So as to relieve the minds of the American people that there is nothing in those files that has covered up any complicity of any agency of the United States government or anyone else in terms of who killed our president.
Pressure to open the files is growing, partly because the movie JFK suggests that the entire U.S. government may have conspired to kill Kennedy.
Why was Kennedy killed? Who benefited? Who has the power to cover it up? Who?
A claim categorically rejected by the Warren Commission's counsel.
Let's get it all out on the table. I think they're probably, as is always the case when the government says we don't want to release something, they're afraid of embarrassment.
The lone surviving Kennedy brother says, aside from autopsy pictures, the family does not object.
Any items that are out of our control, clearly, and so other items, they obviously ought to be made available.
Congress is now expected to pass a resolution opening the files, but many of the papers would still have to be declassified by the CIA and the FBI, a long and expensive process.
That was Andrea Mitchell reporting. Charges of another cover-up tonight, this time concerning the State of the State address delivered by California Governor Pete Wilson last week. Now, during the speech, he told how he had talked with people around the state facing the recession. Part of it went like this.
I've watched the eyes of a gruff, gray-haired businessman grow wet as he spoke of having to lay off people who'd kept his small shop running for years.
But when pressed, the governor's staff admitted the businessman, a worried carpenter, and farm worker weren't real, but composite characters, symbolic of many people. The governor ducked cameras today, but his staff now says that, in fact, the characters do exist, and they have now found their names. The Trojan nuclear plant is one step closer tonight to a restart. At a hearing in Salem today, the State Department of Energy said it was satisfied with the plant's margin of safety. A representative for the state DOE said no action should be taken against the plant. Final approval for a restart at Trojan must come from the Federal Regulatory Commission. That's expected next month. Just last month, PGE completed its repairs of steam generator tubes at the plant. Well, it was an awful nice treat to see all that sunshine today. Joe will let us know if it lasts through the weekend. He's up next. And watching your weight, well, now you don't have to cut out candy bars. That's just ahead.
For something different to do this weekend, you could take in a film or go to a festival. But here's the best idea. For the first time ever, everything at Jeffrey Michael is on sale. Up to 80% off everything this weekend at Jeffrey Michael.
Now, for a limited time only,
Levitt's is going to say no.
that's right, no. No money down.
No monthly payments till May.
And no finance charges if purchase is paid in full by the May due date.
And Levitt's has a big sofa sale right now
Only $399 for your choice.
of Levitt's best-selling sofas.
Matching love seats, just $369.
Now at the Levitt's near you.
Hi. Shopping in January may be the last thing on your mind. So I told our buyers, if you want our customers to shop a sale now, It better be a good one. Well, they did it. Through Saturday, you'll save on over 120 mighty fine buys. We trimmed our costs every place we could and passed the savings on to you. Even the ad agency said they could save on the commercial. Well, I'll be interested to see what they come up with.
How does the new Toyota Camry stack up? Anything they can do, we can do better.
Can we deliver? Yes, we can.
More power?
Yes, we can.
More room?
Yes, we can.
More safety?
Yes, we can.
The new Camry, roomier, more powerful, safer than ever. The quality and reliability you want, and right now, the deal you want too. No, you can't. Yes.
We can.
You can't do any better than Toyota.
Can we deliver?
See your Toyota dealer today and find out.
Yes, we can.
These sisters have a weighty problem. Donna Marie and Cheryl are furious at Lorraine just because she's skinny. And they're not the only ones saying, I'm jealous of my skinny sister. Next, Sally.
Monday at 4.
It almost seems like a contradiction in terms, a low-cal candy bar, but that's the sweet news today from the makers of Milky Way bars. In April, they're coming out with a light version of the chocolate treat. What that really means is Milky Way 2 will have fewer calories and less fat than the original because it's made with a fat substitute. But its price won't be any lighter. In fact, less guilt will actually cost you 10 cents more. Okay, but what I was not able to uncover about this story, Joe, now, will that candy bar, like, be smaller? Is that how they get fewer calories in it?
I hope it's the same size.
Or will it be the same size?
Because I love Milky Ways.
We'll buy them as soon as they come out.
We're on it. As soon as they're out, we're in. Let's take a look at the satellite loop and show you a beautiful day here in the northwestern United States. And looks like the weekend is going to be pretty nice. Let's put this into motion, and you will see, for the most part, clear skies. Some clouds developed in the eastern part of the state. Also some fog down through the Willamette Valley today, the southern sections, and also in the eastern part of the state. But tonight, a beautiful night for the most part across the state, with the exception of the Columbia Basin, with lots of clouds up there for tonight. High pressure is just going to keep us nice and clear, but there will be some areas of fog overnight tonight. So if you have any traveling plans early tomorrow morning, look ahead. Clear skies right now at 39 degrees, the wind chill at 22. When you factor in the east wind at 14 miles per hour, the humidity 70%. We have a barometer at 30.25. It's holding steady. 49 degrees the high temperature reading today, 32 the low, no rainfall, and the freezing level at 9,900 feet. Almost caught myself there. Big ridge built right in for today in the upper atmosphere. The jet's doing about the same thing way to the north of us. That means fine weather for us over the weekend. Rather cold, though, up in central Canada. Fort Smith, again, 24 below zero, the high temperature reading there today. And the way the airflow is going, it looks like the eastern United States is going to be seeing some cold weather over the next few days. Not here, though. 49 degrees in Hillsborough, the high. 48 here at KGW, 50 in Estacada. Gresham at 48 degrees. Camas, Washington, 49. North Hazeldo, Washington at 42. Cool east side. Temperatures only into the 30s for highs over that way today. Redmond had 36 degrees. John Day, 37. Same thing in LeGrand. Baker City at 36. 35 for Pendleton. Temperatures right around the 50-degree mark throughout the valley, with mild readings along the coast, and Brookings looking at 66 degrees for a high temperature reading for today. Around the nation, some more rain for Texas, some snow in West Texas and southeastern New Mexico, also in the Rocky Mountains, and up through the northern high plains and the northern Rockies. Also in the northeast, lots of snow squalls up. There is a snow squall advisory in effect for western New York State tonight. 47 the high down in Brownsville. Kansas City had 36. The Twin Cities 17. 28 in Buffalo. Miami a pleasant 70 degrees. 36 in Denver and Albuquerque. Phoenix 67 degrees. Fairbanks had 25. Anchorage 46. On the coast, no advisories up, an east-northeast wind with swells out of the west at 6 to 9 feet, and the sea should be 2 feet. Clear night across the state for the most part, with some areas of fog, but there is a chance of some freezing drizzle and fog in the Columbia Basin. Pretty good east wind in the gorge tonight. Sunshine for just about all parts of the state for tomorrow. The fog may be slow to burn off in the southern Willamette Valley and down in the southwest interior. Some fog east side, and maybe some drizzle and some fog in the Columbia Basin. A nice day along the beach, and an east wind at 15 to 40 miles per hour in the gorge tomorrow. Bend 18 tonight, Coos Bay 33. Highs tomorrow, 35 for Burns, 44 for the Dalles, 59 for Coos Bay. Here's the forecast for the Portland-Vancouver metropolitan area for tonight. Clear, an east wind 10 to 20, 30 miles per hour in the East County. 29 should do it for the low. Sunny tomorrow, high 49, pretty strong winds, East County. 5-day forecast for you. Increasing clouds on Sunday, otherwise a sunny day with an east wind, 49 degrees. Rain developing on Monday, 47, ending on Tuesday with some more sunshine headed back for Wednesday. And now with the power vested in me by the chocolate lovers of America, I hereby declare it the weekend.
You've been wanting to do that since Monday.
Yeah, it's been loaded.
You have been ready. Practicing.
Have a good one.
Thanks, Joe.
You bet.
Too. A regional favorite, fresh fish, comes under scrutiny. National reports show a lot of seafood sold as spoiled. But does it happen here? We'll have that story next.
Damerol Ford, #1 in the Northwest again. Thousands of satisfied customers have discovered the only price. The lowest price Damerol will sell the car for, posted right on the window. We want you to drive home a new truck from Damerol, so we won't let anything stand between you and your new Ford. Like a 92 full-size pickup for only $89.69 and pay just $99 a month with 8.9% interest. And with over 1,000 trucks to choose from, Damerol is the #1 truck dealer in the Northwest. Damerol Beaverton Ford, where what you see is what you pay.
Waterbed Emporium extends our New Year's Day sale 3 more big days this weekend. It's Waterbed Emporium's total wall-to-wall clearance at cost, below cost. On all floor models, one-of-a-kind, discontinued and slightly dinged merchandise. No payments till June. At cost, below cost, store-wide. Nothing held back. Total wall-to-wall clearance. Extended 3 more big days this weekend. Sale ends Monday, 9 p.m. at Waterbed Emporium, including our showroom in the Clackamas Promenade next to Mervin's.
Once a year, there's a coat sale so big it breaks records. Right now, Burlington Coat Factory has slashed its already low prices on over 2 million coats during its once-a-year warehouse sale. It's America's greatest coat sale with tremendous savings on top-name coats for women, men, and children, plus sportswear, kids' clothes, and menswear at the lowest prices of the season now. Don't wait. At these prices, they won't hang around long. Save now on coats and so much more during Burlington's once-a-year warehouse sale.
I just came up with a new sandwich, Wendy's Bacon Cheddar Cheeseburger, because I love cheese. And I wrote some slogans. What do you think of this? No? Oh, how about cheddar is better? Get it? Because it's got a quarter pound of fresh beef served hot off the grill, 3 strips of bacon, and cheddar cheese sauce, all on a toasted Kaiser bun. Here's the one I like best. Bacon and cheddar cheese is for me's. Well, I like it.
Try Wendy's new Bacon Cheddar Cheeseburger.
How safe is the fish we eat? The question is being raised following a new study in Consumer Reports magazine. It found that much of the seafood sold today is either spoiled, contaminated, or mislabeled. But is it happening here in the Northwest? Dan Lothian has the story.
A recent 6-month study of fish conducted on the East Coast may be tarnishing the seafood industry's wholesome image. The Consumers Union found retail fish markets in New York and Chicago had problems. Out of 113 samples of fish bought in supermarkets, 1/3 was spoiled and nearly half was contaminated. The study also found around 1/3 of the fish tested was mislabeled.
The FDA has taken action the past few years when we find misbranded fish, calling it red snapper when it's not, or calling it trolley sole when it's not. The FDA is warning the industry and the markets that it's misbranded.
As for the condition of fish in the supermarket, well, the FDA does admit that there is a breakdown from the time a fish is caught to the time it ends up in your freezer. But the study, they say, is unfounded. The FDA says it inspects canneries, processing plants, shipments, and even some supermarkets.
The bottom line, do you think the fish out there is good?
Yes.
That's the feeling of those in the seafood industry here in Seattle. They say bad fish and tricky labels in the Northwest just wouldn't cut it.
I think people in this area are a lot more educated about what fish should look like than maybe other sections of the country.
Even though the FDA has been given the task of inspecting fish, that inspection doesn't match up to the daily strict scrutiny of poultry and meats. Now, for years, Congress has been trying to come up with a comprehensive federal fish inspection plan. But their last attempt at that fell apart in 1990. And so far, it doesn't appear that such a plan will be brought up and approved anytime soon. In Seattle, Dan Lothian for NBC News.
It's always been one of the most beautiful cars, and now it's one of the most expensive. Jaguar unveiled its newest model this week in Brussels, and it's fast and fabulously expensive. With tax, the car comes in at $600,000, and even if you could afford that price tag, you're still out of luck. All 350 models have been sold.
We sold the cars within a week of announcing it about 2 years ago. We had just over 1,500 applications within 1 week to buy 350 cars.
You had to apply for the car. How about that? New owners include rock stars and international business people, and it's a great car for people in a hurry. It clocks in at record 200 miles an hour. I think the radar detector is extra. A mellow John McEnroe shows flashes of his old brilliance at the Australian Open. Eric has sports next, and the Blazers take the sting out of the Hornets tonight.
RV Furniture in Clackamas is closing their doors forever. The final days are here. Sofas, sectionals, recliners, and dinettes. Every price is slashed. Appliances, bedroom sets, mattresses, and accessories. Name brands you know and trust. RV Furniture in Beaverton is gone. Clackamas is next. Everything wall-to-wall is going at sacrifice prices. Everything below what anyone else has to offer. You don't need cash. Yes, credit is available. RV Furniture, 18201 Southeast 82nd Avenue in Clackamas.
If you're considering a Camry or an Accord, here's a more intelligent choice. Achieva by Oldsmobile. Because if for any reason you decide before 30 days or 1,500 miles to get any other car, we'll give you your money back. Every nickel. Now that's confidence the other guys just don't have. The Achieva Money Back Guarantee. Oldsmobile. The power of intelligent engineering.
Just a little good advice, in just a little time you took it, you're gonna like the way you see, you're gonna love the way you look.
At Binion's, you'll find two kinds of professionals. People who know about optics and lenses and making quality glasses, and people who know about facial shapes and frames and making you look great. So about an hour later,
you're gonna love the way you look.
Buy one, get one free, or we'll pay for your eye exam with Binion's newspaper coupons.
It's a holiday racing weekend at Portland Meadows. Friday is college night. Free admission to all college students and employees. Plus discounts on selected beverages, 50-cent hot dogs, and 50-cent soft drinks. Racing continues through the weekend with a special holiday racing program Monday afternoon, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And to help commemorate the day, the first 3,000 fans to Portland Meadows receive a free all-purpose tote bag courtesy of Harley-Davidson. First race Friday night is 7 o'clock. First post Saturday, Sunday, and Monday afternoon is 12:25. Take the Delta Park exit off I-5 to the new Portland Meadows. A change for the better.
Saturday, Smith's Home Furnishing, the Everything Sale, featuring everything on sale. Every sofa, chair, recliner, table, and mattress. Every TV, camcorder, VCR, stereo, and computer. Every washer, dryer, refrigerator, and dishwasher. On sale during the Everything Sale. Plus, no down payment, no monthly payments, and no interest until July. So remember, everything is on sale during the Everything Sale. Saturday, Smith's Home Furnishing.
Eric, we're very happy you're here tonight.
You are?
We mean that, yes.
Well, it was a close call. We'll talk about that in a minute.
It is, and the Blazers came home and
Looked
did
good.
not let down.
Did not let down, even though this would be the kind of team that you might let down against. The Charlotte Hornets like to run a little bit. That suits the Blazers just fine. This wasn't a game so much as it was a workout for the Blazers. Take a look at the action. Blazers came at the Hornets in very business-like fashion. Big rebounding night for Buck Williams. He had 15 boards, gets this one, puts it back up and in. The Blazers started running early and kept running late. Clyde flips it back to Kevin Duckworth, who had 13 points. The Hornets stayed reasonably close in the first quarter. Rookie Larry Johnson with 2 of his 12 points right here. It was 37-29, the Blazers after one. Second quarter, Cliff to Clyde, back to Cliff, alley-oop, Jam reaches for it and slams it home. Cliff had 17 points. And once the running game got going, it was almost like automatic pilot. Clyde to Jerome for the layup, 57-45. Terry Porter knocked down a couple threes in the second quarter, and it was 67-54 Blazers at the intermission. Third quarter now, and the Blazers were like surgeons, methodically cutting the Hornets to pieces. Porter to Clyde, who had 24 points and led all scores. Once again, the defense was strong. Danny Ainge, nice-looking steal, all alone for the layup. The Blazers led by 20 points. Jerome Kersey never stopped hustling. Swats Anthony Frederick's shot into the cheap seats, and the rest of the guys said, yeah, that was pretty nice, Jerome. Then he's right there for the follow-up jam on Cliff's miss. He was all over the place. But then came the most unfortunate play of the game. Lamont Struthers got in his first game as a Blazer. He's all alone for the jam, and he blew it. He was all excited, and he missed the jam. But Uncle Clyde was saying, don't worry, Lamont. You'll have plenty other chances. 120-104 the final. The Blazers win their 4th game in a row, and they kind of like the way things went.
Yeah, we came out for the most part, played well, especially coming back off the road trip. I know the guys were a little tired, but we still did what we had to do to build up a lead, and and just stick it to them.
Now, another tough matchup for the world champs tonight. They dusted off Cleveland last night. The Bulls did. Tonight, they were at home to play host to David Robinson and the Spurs. Second half, Scottie Pippen and Rod Strickland get tangled on a pick and then do a little more tangling after that. Next thing you know, things get a little messy. No real punches thrown. They seldom are. No real damage done. The real damage was done by guess who? Michael Jordan. Look at him, sore right here. He took a shot in the eye in the first half, came back strong for 31 points. 102-96 the final. The Bulls have won 8 straight. They are racking up the wins. The Clippers in OT edged Atlanta tonight in Los Angeles. Phoenix continues to roll. They beat Sacramento. Milwaukee over New York. Orlando beats Indiana. Boston by 3 over Philadelphia, ending a 3-game losing streak. Prep boys, Metro League, #1 ranked Beaverton stays undefeated. Sunset over Aloha. Hillsborough over Jesuit. Glencoe beats Newburgh in the PIL. Benson by 3 over Lincoln, close game. Jefferson rolls past Franklin. Grant gets by Marshall. Cleveland beats Roosevelt. Wilson stays undefeated by beating Madison. In the Mount Hood League, Park Road Rose losers to Centennial. David Douglas big over Central Catholic. Barlow winners. Gresham stays undefeated by beating Sandy. And in the Three Rivers League, 3 games, Lake Ridge and Lake Oswego were both winners. Putnam beats Oregon City by 3. At the Australian Open early this morning, it was as if the clock had been turned back about 10 years. John McEnroe taking on overwhelming favorite Boris Becker. Mac wasn't even seeded in this tournament, but there he was, blowing his big serve past Boris and controlling the match from the outset. When he's at his best, Mac still charges the net and then uses those soft hands when he's up there. That's what he did right there. Then it's match point for Mac. He will win it 6-4, 6-3, 7-5, and that's Mac's first win against Becker in 7 long years. In Philadelphia, the NHL All-Star Weekend is underway. It got started today with the Hockey Skills Contest. The show was stolen by Boston's Ray Burke in the Accuracy Contest. Watch this guy. 1 plate broken. Then another one. 2 plates broken. He is not going to miss. 3, and then 4. That, my friends, is some fancy shooting. No doubt about it. One last thing. I did a little stint as the guest co-host for Channel 8's Good Evening program tonight. We played a volleyball game against some kids from the Jason Lee Middle School in Hazeldale. Watch this. Things going along just fine. Teresa Richardson now is going to be serving, and watch what happens. The serve goes up, hits one of those great big gymnasium lights, and then watch. Right behind me, boom! Just like that. The big light came down. I swear it was right where I had been standing just moments before. They had left a big dent in the hardwood floor. That dent could have been in my head. Naturally, I was calm, cool, and collected after that near disaster. You don't miss me by that much. You don't miss my head by that much. How close is that to my head? What are they going to do next? Mortar shells? Rebound. When I get excited, my voice gets whiny, doesn't it? I got to stop that. I'm sorry.
How do you and Teresa get along?
Well, I'm not sure anymore.
I don't know if I volunteered to do that show again real soon here.
Man, that was scary.
One life down, huh? Yeah. Ever go door to door selling cookies or candy? Well, a Girl Scout has come up with a more modern way to be a success. That's just ahead.
Waterbed Emporium extends our New Year's Day sale 3 more big days this weekend. It's Waterbed Emporium's total wall-to-wall clearance at cost, below cost. On all floor models, one-of-a-kind, discontinued, and slightly dinged merchandise. No payments till June. At cost, below cost, store-wide. Nothing held back. Total wall-to-wall clearance. Extended 3 more big days this weekend. Sale ends Monday, 9 p.m. at Waterbed Emporium, including our showroom in the Clackamas Promenade next to Mervin's.
We're committed to service.
That's why we give you a full hour of local news every weekday at 6 and noon.
We're committed to quality.
That's why we offer a full hour of local news every weeknight at 5.
We're committed to excellence.
That's why we're your favorite newscast every weeknight at 11.
And now our commitment leads to expansion. That's the reason for News 8 Weekends. 3 hours of local news every Saturday morning at 7. Just one more reason to watch us. Work for you.
We make the best, and it's only at Rubenstein's. What do you want to do? Sleep on a rock?
We love that 5-day.
Oh, it's a beauty, especially for the weekend, and here it is. Sunny tomorrow. For the most part, sunny on Sunday with an east wind all weekend. Temperatures right around 49 degrees. Rain shows up on Monday, ends Tuesday with the sun, some of it at least, coming back for Wednesday. Temperatures in the upper 40s. Not too bad.
We're liking that.
Oh,
Thanks,
yeah.
Joe. We've all been ambushed by Girl Scouts or their parents, pushing Thin Mints and Samoas. But a 5th grader in Indiana puts them all to shame. Crystal Fleck of Huntingsburg doesn't have time to go door to door or office to office, so she's taking a 90s kind of approach. Crystal has set up her own Girl Scout cookie telemarketing system, and she's got the lines down.
Usually I try not to ask them if they want to buy Girl Scout cookies. Usually I try to just say, do you want what you asked last year?
While she's on the phone, her brothers are picking up her share of the paper route. They're willing because if Crystal sells 800 boxes, her family wins a trip to Opryland. Don't laugh. She sold 700 last year. Think what this girl could do with a fax machine, huh?
Opryland, yes.
It's worth it.
Gotta get a trip there.
3 boxes. We'll take them.
5 boxes of Samoas.
Your favorite. I know. We're really hooked on those. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great weekend.
Good night.